But this is why I need y'all. Y'all keep me grounded. So please let me know if I'm tripping. Hey y'all, it's your girl Tynisha Renee here. I hope that all of you had a very fun, lit, fantastic, and safe Halloween weekend. For those of you who are visiting for the first time, this is Tynisha Talks, where I like to speak my mind, and I love when y'all speak back. I will preface this conversation by saying that it is Scorpio season, and I think that some of my scorpionic energy might be showing in this video today, because y'all know what they say about Scorpio women. Today's video is inspired by conversations that I have recently had regarding boundaries while dating. Specifically, boundaries when it comes to having friends of the opposite sex. Now, this video is from a heterosexual perspective, so if you are not heterosexual, please adjust it as you see fit so that we be right here, so you feel me. Like I said in my last video, I am actively dating again. I'm giving this dating thing another go round, and it's interesting this time around because I'm very intentional about having conversations early on when it comes to expectations, boundaries, deal breakers, so on and so forth. Where in the past, I feel like I've delayed some of those conversations. It definitely ended up causing problems later on down the line. So I say all of that to say, I had a conversation with a gentleman, and this gentleman expressed to me that most of his friends are of the opposite sex. So he just feels like he gets along better with women. Like, okay, cool, you know, mental notes. He expressed that he sees nothing wrong with going over their house, having movie nights, drinking, chilling, and also having casual conversation at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. No. So here's the thing. I would never tell someone that because they're dating me, they're not allowed to have friends of the opposite sex. I've been there before where I have had men who were genuinely my friends, and then they got into a relationship and then they distanced themselves. And I didn't like that at all. If I'm always there for you, I expect that energy is reciprocated. But when you can't consistently be there for me in return because of your relationship status, then we got a problem, and that's not cool. So I get it. Believe me, I do get it. I also don't think that there's anything wrong with hanging out with your friends of the opposite sex, but some adjustments need to be made. Now, me personally, I can't say that I would find it appropriate to have movie nights in the crib, but we could do something like go out for lunch or, you know, just do something in public. But late night calls, that's a definite no for me on both ends, unless it's an emergency type of situation. My male friends would definitely know not to call me at any time of the night because I'm likely gonna be with my dude, and I would have the same courtesy for them out of respect for their relationship, you know? Now, before I go further, I do want to emphasize that this is not an attack on the man who said that at all. It was actually a really good, productive, and eye-opening conversation because it made me realize that I really need to reflect on what my expectations are. But it was just really mind-boggling to me because to me, this is common sense, right? So these are things that I just do off rip when I'm dating someone, and I don't need to be asked to do it because I just feel like that's something that I would do to respect my partner. But the fact that to him, it wasn't common sense and he didn't see it from the same perspective as I did, it just kind of illuminated how important it is to have conversations about boundaries from jump. So anyway, the wheels started turning in my head and I'm like, wait a second, what do other people think about this? Am I crazy? Am I all of the stereotypical things that people say about Scorpio women? I just had to ask some questions and get the tea, okay? So I asked the following question on Facebook and Instagram. Once in a relationship, should boundaries be created with your friends of the opposite sex? Now, as you can see, 88% of people said that yes, you do need to have some sort of boundaries with your friends of the opposite sex. But the comments that I got on Facebook and Instagram were definitely mixed. No, you should have healthy boundaries before we even get initiated. Don't wait till I'm here to start rearranging core presets. Get that in order so when we come together, we don't even have to have that conversation. Without a doubt, But if the boundaries aren't to either significant other standards, it definitely should be vocalized. Now, another perspective that y'all might find problematic as hell, because I did. One person said, once in a relationship, there's no such thing as friends of the opposite sex unless he's a flamboyant mook. Other than that, my shorty can't have guy friends. I'm a man and I know how we think, so nah. It's very much giving me Boosie vibes. Moving on, I think the boundaries should already be set as you establish each friendship. Once you get in a relationship, you have the option to tweak some things here and there if need be, but the concrete boundaries should always remain. And it kind of went back and forth with those type of viewpoints, so you kind of get the gist of the conversation. So the thing that I got from these responses is that people definitely have split viewpoints. You have some people who said that no adjustments need to be made and any requests to create boundaries are rooted in insecurity. And then you have other people who are saying that yes, boundaries do need to be established, but the extent of those boundaries can sometimes be a gray area. Here's the thing. I think that it is pretty naive, borderline inconsiderate to think that everyone that we date is going to be okay with us moving in the same way that we did when we were single. Now, as a disclaimer, I want to make it very clear, very clear that I think that you also should be able to establish your own boundaries, right? I don't think that you have to change every single thing about yourself and lose yourself in order to make someone else happy. But compromise. Now, there was one comment that I thought summed up things perfectly. Boundaries should be set, but also adjustments can be made because realistically, not everyone has traditional relationships with their friends. My friend and I may very well do things together, not sexual to make this clear, that my partner may not be okay with. You can have a male best friend who you FaceTime all the time. Y'all are legit cool as fuck, but then your boyfriend comes along and he hates that you even talk to this friend at all. There's so many different relationships people have, and people define relationships according to their comfort, but also according to the level of their security. Well done, sis. Well done. Now, I have been single for a while, a very long while. And as a result of such, I realized that I have to get used to considering someone else's feelings before I say and do certain things. What may seem harmless to me could be a trigger for someone else. But if you really do care about building with them and you want to be with that person, then I definitely think that their feelings are something that should be taken into consideration. Now, in the same vein, I do understand that it's not always fair to have to play into someone's insecurities. To be very clear, I do not condone enabling someone's insecurities. I think that insecurities are things that everyone should be actively working on. Ideally before you get into a relationship with someone, but if you're human and you're still working on things like many of us are, then that's something that you should be working on while you're dating someone so that you guys can get to a point of having a more healthy dynamic. But there's a lot of caveats to this, okay? I don't think that it's fair to minimize someone's concerns or boundaries, which very well may be valid, and label them as insecurities, because then to me, it seems like that's a form of gaslighting. So this is where I'm opening up to y'all because I don't have the answers on this one, child, okay? I do not. It's really such a gray area, so I like to get alternate perspectives because I understand that we've all been through different experiences that shape the way that we think. So I want to hear from y'all. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this, all right? I have 3 questions for y'all. Question number 1, how do you feel, and be honest, be real with yourself, okay? How do you feel about your partner having friends of the opposite sex? Question number 2, do you feel boundaries need to be established with those friends? And question number 3, if you do feel that boundaries need to be established, how do you determine what those boundaries are? This was definitely a very debatable topic on my Facebook page, so I'm really curious to know what y'all think. And I was gonna say more in this video, but I think I'm gonna do a part 2 that still talks about relationship boundaries, but it just talks about a different dynamic. So be on the lookout for that. All right, y'all, so we're gonna end this video here. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that red subscribe button to parlay with your girl and have some dope interactive discussions in future videos. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, and until next time, y'all, bye. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Conversations that I've had recently regarding surrounding bounds. Oh my God. Tisha, calm down. What is wrong with you? Okay. I'm gonna act like it's not past 1 a.m. and I need to get this shit done because I want to go to bed because I'm trying to be lit. But I gotta do work because I'm trying to make coin. Okay, let's get to it. Okay. Today's video is, oh my God. Do say about to have me lit. Back to your scheduled programming.